बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी वयस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली रब्बी ज़िदनी इल्मा। Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to EBSEC's online support program, and this is the lecture for second year. Chapter number 3, Electromagnetism, and today's contents are galvanometer, and we will cover page number 130 to 133 in this lecture. Galvanometer. It is a device that is used for detection and measurement of small electric currents. So galvanometer is basically used for the detection of current. It is not for measurement of current. So basically a detection device. Working principle, it works on the principle of electromagnetism, and electromagnetism means a current carrying coil or loop, and we know that whenever there is a current carrying coil, there is a magnetic field around that coil, and that experiences a torque. Construction. The most important type of galvanometer is known as moving coil type galvanometer, also known as Arcelor galvanometer. Now for the construction of moving coil galvanometer, it is the simple animated video in which you can understand about the construction. Number 1, this is permanent U-shaped magnet having north and south pole, and you can see there this is the concave shape, or known as concave shaped magnet, or also we can say it for radial magnetic field. Now what is the meaning of radial magnetic field? I will tell you in the coming slides. This is a green portion. This is basically the coil that is wound on any cylinder, and this silverish portion is the cylinder. Now these peach color are basically the wires or coil that are having n number of coils for the purpose of production of torque. Now there are 1 and 2. There are 2 springs in this moving coil galvanometer for the purpose of deflection torque or for the purpose of torsional torque. Now I will explain these terms in the coming slides. And this is basically the pointer that is used to calculate the reading, and for that pointer there is a mirror as well that is placed for some purpose. Now so basically this is a very easy construction. Now for the construction and as well as working of this galvanometer. Again, as you already know about the important parts of the galvanometer, I am again explaining from this figure that this is the permanent magnet, north-south pole, the rectangular coil that is placed or wound on a cylinder. There are 2 springs, number 1 known as the controlling spin or controlling spring. Then with the help of mirror, there is a pointer placed. On the other side, there is another spring known as T2, and then this is a pivoted point. So this coil will be named as ABCD coil, that is wound on an aluminium frame, and whenever the current is flowing in that coil, we know that there will be magnetic field that is present in that coil, and whenever there is magnetic field present in a coil, and also that coil is placed in an external magnetic field when there are two magnetic fields. So because of the two magnetic fields, we have already discussed in the previous topic, the force will be exerted on that coil in the opposite direction, and whenever there is a couple force, it will eventually lead it to rotate that coil in the presence of that magnetic field. So number one, the suspension wire T1. Two important things we have to understand is the springs. So this is the T1 is known as the suspension wire, and the other terminal of the coil is connected to a loosely wound spiral, that is T2. So this is another spring, that is T2, which serves as the second current lead. Now for the working, as you can see, this is the concave shaped permanent magnet having north and south pole, and this is basically the top view of that galvanometer, in which this cylindrical or circular portion is basically the cylinder around which the coil is wound. And now you can see these arrows. These arrows are basically the direction of magnetic field, and this is known as radial magnetic field. Radial means that is concentrated in the center point. Okay, as you can see, this is the direction of this magnetic field that is pointing out towards this coil. So it is important in this case to cut the magnetic or magnet pole pieces into concave shape to make their magnetic field more stronger. So according to the construction and according to that rectangular coil, as we know that there is torque that is producing in that coil, so torque will be equal to BINA cos of alpha. And since magnetic field is radial and the plane of coil is parallel to magnetic field, so BINA as alpha is equals to 0, so cos 0 is 1. The torque rotates the coil and twists the suspension. The suspension springs, they will twist until it is fully resisted by the suspension. As a result, a restoring torque comes into play, trying to restore the coil back to its original position. Now, after the torque that is producing in that coil, there is an important thing that we have to understand, that there are two equal and opposite torques that are creating in these two spirals. Number one is known as the restoring torque and the other one is known as the torsional torque. Now for that restoring torque, there is an angle theta, that be the twist produced in the strip, and C be the restoring torque per unit twist. So this is restoring torque that is directly proportional to theta. Now after removing the directly proportional sign, there is capital C, that is basically the constant of proportionality, known as the restoring torque per unit twist. Now, as I am telling you that there are two equal and opposite torques, number one is the deflecting torque and the other one is the restoring torque. So this BINA is equals to C theta. Now for I is equals to C theta upon NAB, where C is the constant known as the restoring torque per unit twist, N is the number of turns of that coil, A is the area of that coil, and B is the magnetic field. So C upon NAB, they all are constant. So we can write as I is directly proportional to theta. So I is known as angular displacement, that is now proportional to the magnitude of current. Another term that is important here is known as the current sensitivity of galvanometer. and it is represented by S is equals to theta upon I, where S is known as the sensitivity of galvanometer, and it can be defined as the angular twist. This is the angular twist per unit current is called the current sensitivity of galvanometer, and we can define it as the sensitivity of galvanometer as the current in microamperes. Okay, we have to take this current in microamperes, the smaller amount of current required to produce 1 millimeter deflection. Deflection means theta. So 1 millimeter deflection on a scale placed 1 meter away from the mirror of the galvanometer. Now, if there is a smaller amount of current that is flowing in that coil and there is a visible deflection, then the galvanometer is highly sensitive. Now there are two methods to measure the angle of deflection theta of moving coil galvanometer. So number one is known as the lamp scale method. For lamp scale method, you can see here there is a lamp that is placed. In this construction, there is a permanent magnet. Again, that fixed core, that moving coil means this is the arrangement of that moving coil galvanometer. And above that there is a mirror that is placed. So for that mirror, as I have told you in the previous slide, that this mirror has one important function. So this mirror function is now explained here, that this is a lamp and this is a lens. So what is the purpose of this lens is to concentrate the light in one point, and it must be set in such a way that the light must fall on that mirror, and after falling that light on mirror, it will reflect back on that scale. So the scale must be placed in such a way that it must use to calculate the graduation or the angle theta deflection. So what is this? This is the spot of that light. Now next thing, the beam of light is directed towards the mirror, and then what we can do, after reflection from mirror, it produces a spot on the scale at a distance of 1 meter from the galvanometer. So to make it more sensitive, it must be placed at a distance of 1 meter. As the coil along with the mirror rotates, the spot of light move along the scale. The displacement of spot of light on scale is proportional to the angle of deflection, that is provided the angle of deflection must be small. So this is basically used to calculate the angle of deflection of that coil, known as lamp scale method. Next thing is known as pivoted coil galvanometer. This is the construction of that pivoted coil, and this way you can see that the core, the rectangular coil, the permanent magnet, the pivoted points, they are all same. Just one thing is different, that is instead of that coils that are rotating, there are two springs that are placed here. So these springs are basically known as the jeweled bearings. So these jeweled bearings are making this galvanometer a little less sensitive because it is pivoted between these 2 points. Okay, this point and the other one, this point. The restoring torque is provided by 2 hairspring which also serve as current lead. So what is this hairspring? They are highly sensitive, made of bronze. It controls the motion of coil and provides restoring torque and serve as current lead as well. So a light aluminium pointer is attached to the coil which moves over the scale, thus giving the angle of deflection of the coil. So this is the another type in which we have already a pointer is placed to calculate the angle reflection theta.